gentlemen, and graduates, please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening, friends, families, faculty, staff, and peers. Welcome to the Flagler Palm Coast High School 2019 commencement ceremony. I am Shelby Beck, and I've had the privilege to serve and represent this class as senior class president. I am honored to be standing before you. Before I begin, I would like to personally thank the following people for playing an important role in helping us reach this milestone in our lives, and for making Flagler Schools a proud community to be a part of. When your name is called, please stand for recognition. I ask all of you to please hold your applause until I read all of the names. From the school board, I would like to recognize Chairperson Janet McDonald, Vice Chairperson Colleen Conklin, and members Dr. Maria Barbosa, Trevor Tucker, and Andy Dance, along with the Executive Director of Teaching and Learning, Diane Dyer, Executive Director of Student and Community Engagement, Lynette Schott, Executive Director of Leadership and Operations, Earl Johnson, and Flagler Schools Superintendent, James Tager. Welcome, and thank all of you for being here tonight. From Flagler Palm Coast High School, I would like to recognize our principal, Robert Wallace. And I ask that all FPC administration, faculty, and staff please stand and be recognized. I also wish to acknowledge all other Flagler County administration, faculty, and staff who have aided us on our journey. We are also very pleased and happy to see our formal principal, Dusty Sims. Lastly, I would like to recognize and thank the backbone of the graduating class. So would all parents and families of the graduates please stand? We are delighted to have you all here today to celebrate the graduating class of 2019, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Everyone, please be seated. Class of 2019, we made it. 574 of us in cap and gown. 574 different stories and learned lessons to share to the world. However, I am just one person, and I alone could not represent our class's entire story. So I took to the halls and asked the class of 2019, what are you going to miss the most about FPC? Here's what some of our classmates had to say. I'll miss Coach Lightsey pulling out his 70s flip phone in gym class to let his students call their parents about not wearing gym clothes that day. Another senior said, one thing I'm going to miss about FPC is walking through the halls feeling unstoppable with everybody admiring my drip. Glee. From another student, I'm going to miss the pep rallies and my underclassmen friends. Prom, and all of the friends I've made, this year has been special. Still, another senior said, I'm going to miss the diversity that FPC offers in both the students and teachers. So many different kinds of people attend this school, and the teachers invest their time and dedication in their subjects. FPC is a shining example of a true learning institution where you become not just a good student, but a better person. Thank you, seniors, for the stories we will always cherish. Now, it is our last time here together to value the moments, memories, and lessons from FPC, and to remember what it truly means to be a Bulldog. Now, it is our turn to lead tomorrow. We will become the businessmen, the teachers, and the parents of tomorrow. Where we go from here and what new frontiers are meant to be discovered remain unseen. But when we step out of these doors tonight and stare into the light of what is yet to come, we will remember today's triumph. As individuals, we will remember our own story, but together, we will make the world remember the Flagler Palm Coast High School class of 2019. Thank you, and I'm glad we're on this journey together. Please welcome Senior Tyler Perry.
Good evening. My name is Tyler Perry, and it is an honor to be with you all this evening. Tonight, as we celebrate our achievements, I want to take a moment to express our sincerest gratitude to all the parents, grandparents, and guardians who have helped us get to where we are today, who have helped us navigate the challenging but rewarding obstacles that high school throws our way. And to the incredible faculty and staff of Flagler Palm Coast High School who have dedicated countless and unknown thankless hours seeing to it that we succeed even when we thought we couldn't. I want to take a point of personal privilege to thank my mom, Cheryl Perry, who doubles not only as a loving parent, but as a teacher, a mentor to me and to so many of you as well. And to the rest of my family, my brothers, my father, my grandparents, my grandpa, and my grandma, who we lost earlier this year, but who I know is watching from above, guiding me each and every day, helping me choose the path forward. They are the strongest support system I ever could have asked for. But most importantly tonight, I want to welcome and congratulate the senior class of 2019. Seniors, we did it. After 13 long years of compulsory education, we have made it to graduation day, and I know that it wasn't always easy. Now, there were plenty of all-nighters, and I'll tell you what, it helped a great deal when they put that Starbucks at the corner of 100 and Belterre. And there were moments when we thought that we wouldn't make it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how many times I said the words OMG, I'm dropping out. But now that we've reached the end, I know that I speak for everyone here when I say that that tassel was worth the hassle. You know, it was an entirely different world when we entered high school 4 years ago. For instance, Nick Jonas was still single, and One Direction had just announced their hiatus. Now, the key word here is hiatus, because I'm still holding on to hope that they're coming back. But some things, well, they never change. The magic of a Friday night spent standing up and cheering in Sal Campanella Stadium, or walking through FPC on that late October evening and stepping into the unfamiliar land for the homecoming dance. Evenings spent under the bright stage lights at the Flagler Auditorium, or the countless hours spent on the track with Coach Halliday or on the tennis courts with Coach Berg. Or walking through the hallways with your friends, talking about who's with who or what show you're currently binging on Netflix. For me, it was Ozark and Grey's Anatomy, but everybody had their own. High school, despite the academic and intellectual challenges, was a place where we made memories that will last a lifetime. Now, that's not to say, however, that we didn't have our struggles. And I'm not going to lie, this year has been a challenge. You know, each year that passes leaves a particular impact on our lives. Some years leave us with this immense feeling of satisfaction, and others allow us to grow from their trials. And that's okay. You know, 2019, it was a difficult year for many, facing adversity, loss, unparalleled violence. The FPC family at times was fractured, but the important thing to remember is that it was never shattered. Year by year, we have faced loss to illness, suicide, car wrecks, and yet we have always continued to move forward. But this year, we were confronted with the harsh reality of gun violence here in our community. We want to take a moment this evening to remember a student, Curtis Gray, who should be here graduating with us today. Who was a victim of gun violence earlier this year. So now, if everyone will please direct your attention downstage, Superintendent James Tager will present Curtis's mom, Miss Carmen Gray, with an honorary diploma in the name of her son, Curtis. To Mrs. Gray. Mrs. Gray, you were one of the strongest people I've ever met, and I want you to know that all of us stand with you in the fight against violence. While nothing we can do can fill the space of a lost child or loved one, all of us can lend a helping hand to let those grieving know that we are here for them, that we are praying for them, that we love them, that the love they feel for those that they lost endures not just in their memories, but also in ours. Life may be full of pain, but we are strong enough to handle it when we all stand together. Class of 2019, when we leave here today, many of us are going to walk different paths. Now, in addition to being high school graduates, some of you are going to walk out here already with an associate's degree in hand. Some of you will leave here with a scholarship to play sports at a college or university. And some of you will leave here with a commitment to serve our country in the armed forces. But there's one thing that we all have in common, something that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. We are all bulldogs, because once a bulldog, always a bulldog. So, bulldogs, I want you to love each other. I want you to love each other because the triumph of love will carry us through to new heights. We will be courteous in our interactions with others. We will be kind to our neighbors. You know, the apathy of the young, it's a widespread falsehood. Every day we hear our parents and grandparents fretting about the kids, bemoaning social media distractions, and lamenting alleged self-absorption. But here's the truth. Our generation is a lot more hopeful than that. While we are daunted by complicated issues of the day, climate change, income inequality, terrorism, we have all shown an evidence of an active social conscience. Our generation, we are engaged, we are passionate about the future of our country. We will not grow complacent. We will not repeat the same mistakes of those before us. We, the class of 2019, will seize the day, because if not you, then who? And one last time, Bulldogs, in the words of our beloved former Principal Dusty Sims, be respectful, responsible, safe, and engaged. Thank you to the class of 2019, and God bless you. And now, if you'll please welcome, Alana Sabani will sing There's Music in You by Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Beyond the voice that keeps insisting no, there is something more than doubting, breaking through the darkness, something that sets your heart aglow. Someone wants you. You know who. Now you're living, there's music in you. Now you're hearing something new. Someone whatever you want to be. And love is the song you will sing your whole life through. Move a mountain, light the sky, make a wish come true. There is music in you.
Members of the board, Superintendent Tager, honored guests, parents, friends, and class of 2019. At this time, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the elementary and middle school principals who joined us this evening to celebrate the graduation of this class. Principals, would you please stand and be recognized? The ancient philosopher Socrates once stated, "The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new." To the fearful, change is threatening because they worry that things will get worse. To the hopeful, change is encouraging because they look for things to get better. To those that have confidence in themselves, change is a stimulus because they believe they can make a difference. The individual that will succeed will be a master of change. When this program concludes, our graduate will walk out into a world that is constantly changing. Will they be fearful or hopeful? No one really knows. But it is my guess they will be successful due to the experience they had during their years at Flagler Palm Coast High School. Although I have only had 1 year of opportunity to share in their experiences, it was obvious these young men and women mastered change as they grew from naive freshmen to worldly seniors. And their accomplishments during their journey were exceptional. Many people have ideas, but few have the courage and the commitment to take action. The class of 2019 took action. They are replete with doers. Their achievements in academics, the arts, athletics, extracurricular activities, and service to their community is exceptional. And I would like to highlight a sampling of their impressive accomplishments. Our senior class leaders exemplified the phrase, "To lead is to serve." And Senior Class President Shelby Beck, along with senior SGA officers Maddie Bittner, Siobhan Brown, Tyler Perry, and Amy Raleigh, dedicated themselves to making this year a memorable one for their classmates. Will Patton, a key leader in our Bulldog Patrol team, developed a resourceful and varied school safety program at FPC and presented that plan to the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission. Our team was the first and only high school in the state to be asked to present at this conference. Wanya Barbell, Tyler Perry, Daniela Saborn, and Igor Sokolov were recognized by the News Journal as Medallions of Excellence winners. Senior Robbie Carrascosa was named a scholarship recipient by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. Robbie, and along with Shelby, Olivia Hale, Brock Underberg, Gabriella Wong, Angela Vaskevich, Julia Hook, Tyler Perry, Liam Deneen, and Reiko Serrato were honored by the Palm Coast Kiwanis Club as Students of the Month. Carly Garcia and Amy Raleigh served as editors of our yearbook and provided a focused leadership and produced an outstanding publication. Ekaterina Kozina Root to Rise project garnered a $4,000 grant from the United Way. Seniors Julia Hoke and Catherine Beresnicki coordinated the Child Fair at the George Washington Carver Community Center, offering information on nutrition and health, education, social services, and daycare for our local families. Rachel Spaniel was recognized by the Academy of Future Scientists and Technologists with the Award of Excellence. Esports team president Ramona Smith has shown great leadership, communication, and organizational skills throughout her years leading the club. Reiko Serrato was recognized by the affiliates of the Florida Dance Educators Organization for her artistic merit, leadership, and academic achievement. This award is the highest high school dance award given in the United States. Additionally, Reiko and Ekaterina, Mia Lee, Caroline Smith, and Cassandra Ventura were inducted into the National Honor Society for Dance Arts. Art Club President Evan Hernandez designed an art club shirts and the holiday board design, and her leadership was integral to the success of the program. Gabriella Wong earned a gold medal at the Scholastic Art Awards. She competed against 28 other high school artists. Her gold-level artwork will be framed and hung in the Heather Moore Community Gallery in downtown Jacksonville. Ann Joseph received a commendation from the United States Environmental Protection Agency for outstanding achievement in environmental protection services. Our digital design seniors once again swept the Crime Stoppers Poster Awards, winning all 3 places in the county. Senior members of our ROTC program coordinated multiple fundraising projects that raised over $10,000 for their program. This year, we are graduating our very first class of the Fire Leadership Flagship. 10 seniors have trained under a state-certified firefighter for the past 3 years, an opportunity that no other high school in the state has had to do. 8 of these students have also dual enrolled with FTI and are now currently certified EMTs. Our thespian troupe received 14 superior and 13 excellent ratings and was allowed to take 6 of their acts to the state festival. They also did a total of 3 productions this year, culminating in a successful run of the Broadway smash Les Miserables. Thespian seniors Elena Subani, Sarah Main, Amy Raleigh, and Sarah Metzger all received superior ratings for their performances. At the Flagler County Art League Photography Show, senior Stephen DeMaria won first of show in the portrait division and first place for his work titled Quiet Reflection. And Brittany Fair and Selena Chavez artwork was selected to be displayed in the district office as showcase artists. Our marching band and starlets, led by senior drum majors Rodrigo Beliza, Sebastian Mindal, and Chase Smith, along with senior band presidents Saxon Swantis and Ellis Valadares, and senior starlet captains Angel Batchelor, Mia Lee, and Marissa Murphy, received superior ratings for the 16th year in a row. Athletically, the senior class led the Bulldogs to another outstanding year. Our boys basketball team captured a 5-star conference championship behind seniors Carlton Brown, Xavier Fleming, Casey Jones, Cameron Punske, Kevin Tyler, and DiMaggio Warren. Our men's track team won the 5-star conference, the district and regional championships, and finished a close second in the state. The strong performance of our track seniors, Jacob Miley, Sean Gordon, Darrell Thomas, J.T. Dahlberg, Nelson Paul, Deshaun Hugie, Prosperity Wright, Anissa Wazinski, and Kate Kozina earned all-state recognition. Jacob Miley was named the News Journal Male Track Athlete of the Year. August Healy and Shelby Beck Emily Puentes and Jonathan Tyler were recognized as Rotary Club Scholar athletes. 5-star conference championships were won by the swimming, basketball, tennis, and track teams, and 25 student athletes signed a national letter of intent to continue their athletic and academic careers at a post-secondary institution. 25% of this class is graduating with honors. 45 members of the class of 2019 are vying for the prestigious International Baccalaureate diploma. 20 seniors are graduating with their Associate of Arts degree from Daytona State College. The class of 2019 accumulated over 30,000 hours in service to their community and were offered over $500,000 in scholarships. As you can see, these young men and women are prepared and ready to meet the challenges of the world. I would like to conclude by sharing one of my favorite stories, as it addresses how we look at ourselves, our future, and how we master change. I call it the carrot, the egg, and the coffee. There was a young woman, a senior in high school, who was approaching her graduation. She was concerned and anxious as she approached the end of her high school career, and she faced the next chapter in her life. The light at the end of the tunnel was getting awfully bright. She was filled with anxiety, and it seemed that as one problem was solved, a new one arose. Her grandmother was the person she confided in, so she went to see her and shared her concerns. The grandmother smiled and asked her to join her in the kitchen, where she filled 3 pots with water and placed each on a high flame. Soon the water came to a boil. She placed a few carrots in the first pot. In the second, she placed a fresh egg. And in the third, she placed ground coffee beans. She let them boil for a few minutes and turned off the burners, and then took out 3 bowls. She fished the carrots out and placed them in one bowl. She gently took the egg out and placed it in another, and she ladled the coffee into the third bowl. She then turned to her granddaughter and said, "Tell me what you see." The young lady replied quizzically, "Carrots, egg, and coffee." Her grandmother brought her closer and asked to feel the carrots. She did and noticed that they were soft. She then asked her to take the egg and break it. After pulling off the hard shell, she observed, of course, a hard-boiled egg. Finally, the grandmother asked her to sip the coffee. The young girl smiled as she took in the sweet aroma. The grandmother explained that each of these objects faced the same adversity, boiling water, but each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong and hard. However, being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting in the boiling water, its inside became hardened. However, the ground coffee beans were unique. After they were in the boiling water, they changed the water. "Which one are you?" asked her grandmother. When the adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Ask yourself, am I the carrot that seems strong, but with pain and adversity, do I wilt and become soft and lose my strength? Am I the egg that starts with a malleable heart, but changes with the heat? Did I have a fluid spirit, but after adversity, have I become hardened? Or am I like the coffee bean? The bean actually changed the boiling water, the very circumstance that brings the pain. When the water gets hot, the bean releases its flavor and fragrance. If you are like the bean when things are at their worst, you get better and change the situation around you. When the hour is darkest and the trials are greatest, do you elevate yourself to another level? Graduates, how will you handle adversity and change? Will you be the carrot, the egg, or the coffee? Class of 2019, be a catalyst for change. Be the person that brightens up a room every time you walk in. Be the person that exudes a positive attitude. Be a person that doesn't just smell the aroma of the coffee, but the person who changes the water. Make a difference. Class of 2019, I wish each and every one of you a lifetime of success and happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now honored to present the diplomas to the class of 2019. Please hold your applause until the last name is called, as it is important to every graduate and their family for their name to be heard. Seniors, as your row is asked to stand, please come forward.
Joining Superintendent Tager and Principal Wallace, Flagler County School Board Chair Janet McDonald. Sabrina Nicole Abbott. Jason Alexander Abraham. John Michael Abrantes. Daniel Armando Acevedo. Nicholas Acevedo. Marlena Diane Adams. Angelo Christian Agnew. Lemuel Amare Aguayo Cabello. Mark Anthony Aiello. Ralph Aim. Cyriacus Marshall Alcindor. Victoria Margot Aldridge. Reina Janae Alexander. Charles Louis Alfano. Mackenzie Navia Allen Williams. Brianna Marie Almeida. Rafael Jose Alves. Bruno Michael Amaral. Nicholas Chance Ansley. Aliyah Samaria Anthony. Johnny Antonio Arancibia. Brianna Lee Arajo. Paige Sarah Arizaga. Adam Paul Arcis Basas. Kiona Lakeisha Ash. Kiona Nakisha Ash. Nelson Colin Alt. Sarah Elizabeth Bachman. Adam Bai. Jamea Leanne Baker. Joseph Lane Baldwin. Clinton Ayadel. Breonna Morgan Banks. Sarah Hamid Barabe. Wanye Anthony Barbell. James Thomas Barnes. Montgomery James Berneski. Megan Lee Bartow. Geisha Lee Basham. Kiara Alexi Villano Bass. Angel Marie Batchelor. Akiva LaShawn Batson. Sarah Elizabeth Bauer. Prince Angelo Remedios Baybayan. Henry Sabina Beaubrun. Shelby Lucille Beck. Aliana Joy Baylor. Rodrigo Pava Beleza. Jordan Davaris Bell. Destiny Amira Faith Bellerby. Catherine Ann Beresnicki. Madison Giselle Bergney. Emily Berliand. Ian Caleb Jadier Bermudez. Kaylee Elizabeth Berry. Noah Francisco Bertrand. Jessica Lynn Bishop, Jessica Marie Bispo, Madison Ray Bittner, Eamon Mateo Bluth, Mayomar Alberto Bolivar Muñez, Peter Patrick Bolton, Peter Robert Samir Bookhammer, Laura Elizabeth Boston, Jacob Timothy Bauman, Tristan Carleen Boyd, Jason William Breedlove Jr., Kyrie Jamal Scott Brewer, Brianna Emily Charmaine Brickner, Carlton Edward Brown, Deshawn Shanice Brown, Shavon April LaShawn Brown, Anthony Malik Buchanan III, second, Alexis Paige Buglioni, Juliana Jenna Burns, Alexis Paige Burnside, Makia Lachey Burrell, Ryan William Kane, Naomi Renee Candidate, Brianna Marie Caraballo, Roberto Andres Carrascosa, Clayton Tyler Carson, Justin Robert Sester, Brittany Cecilia Chavez, Selena Alexis Chavez, Adam Hunter Cheatham, Amanda Ellen Chang, Jania Cherie Civil, Samantha Maureen Clabby, Kamea Lakesia Clark, Emily Hope Cleveland, Talon Gage Coates, Preston Scott Cole, Amari Nashon Coleman, Kearis Armani Coley, Joshua Francis Cohn, Christian David Confietiero, Nicholas Nao Conley, Kayla Marie Cook, Jennifer Marie Correa, Dante Sean Correa, Jenna Nicole Costanzo, Joshua Nicholas Costanzo, Brian Matthew Cote, Preston Cole, Kai Richard Cote, Brendan Tyler Kraft, Jeremy Robert Craig, Dylan John Cronk, Rebecca Lee Cronk, Benjamin Alexander Cruz, Jamel Malcolm Cruz, Cassidy Lynette Culp, Coretta Lamonte Cummings, Cassidy Christina Cup, Brian Chase Curry, Richard James Cuthbert, Louis Veronica Cyrenik. Joining Principal Wallace and Superintendent Tager, Vice Chair of the Flagler School Board, Colleen Conklin, John Tyler Dahlberg, Christian Carl Daly, William Vincent Daly, Shelby Alexis Darovitz, Seamus Rennie Dartley, Dane Michael Davis, Dagan Dalzell Davis, Elizabeth Sandra de Andrade, Larissa Aparcida de Mordes Melo, Nicholas Ramos de Mordes, Alvin Vion Diep, Felix Manuel Despeyao III, Woody Desius, Dominic Robert De Bueno, Maria Faye Diaz, Valerie Caitlin Diaz, Vanessa Alejandra Diaz, David Bryce Diebold, Stephen Anthony DiMaria, Liam Paul Deneen, Jillian Marie Dixon, Jennifer Bastista Dominguez, Kayron Anthony Dorsey, Noah Allen Dunaway, Mariah Isabel Duprat, Trinity Alexandria Dye, Ashlyn Riley Eastmore, Stephanie Michelle Eklund, Danielle Therese Eldridge, Patricia Laura Elgie, Avery Nicole Emerson, Marissa Nicole English, Catherine Guadalupe Espinoza, Elijah Harold Jr. Exantos, Brittany Lanell Fair, Ramil Nathaniel Fainer, Daniel Gabriel Fernandez, Rachel and Juan Flandro, Dylan Ryan Flashner, Xavier Bachard Fleming, David Cipriano Flores, Emmanuel Flores, John Christopher Florkevitz, Noah Austin Fontenot, Jenny Lavigne Franklin, Hannah Lee Frassrand, Jayla Simone Freeman, Megan Marie Froschauer, Mackenzie Lynn Fulling, Alana Ray Fulton, Kevin Michael Funk, Riley Joseph Furtado, Dylan Michael Gambone, June Marie Gamino, Carly Andrea Garcia, Jasmine Garcia, Torea Sky Garcia, Catherine Elizabeth Gardner, Cassidy Renee Garvin, Kristen Marjorie Garvig, Angela Rain Gigas, Kyle Andrew Giesick, Chikori Jael Giddens, Marquise Xavier Gilbert, Kiona Lamesha Gillisley, Luinshi Guillot, Precious Jonay Gilliard, Willis Ira James Glover Jr., Kaylee Augustini Gocking, Rachel Danae Goldberg, Jose Gabriel Gongora Gonzalez, Akia Richelle Gonzalez, Isabel Rhonda Good, Noelle Marie Gordon, Sean Michael Gordon, Tucker Leroy Granum, Anthony Joseph Grasso, Brittany Jean Greenwood, Kiara Monet Griffith Keith, Fabiana Gustin, Palmer James Guthrie, Seamus John Hackett, Sean Martin Hahn, Jali Enoch Haynes, Olivia Jane Hale, Thomas Jeffrey Hall, Patrick Reynard Hall Jr., Michelle Celeste Hansen, Christopher Stephen Hardigree, Karen Lynn Harkins, Derek Anthony Harris, Tiffany Gail Harris, Tori Michelle Harris, Krista Alexis Havil, Kirsten Elizabeth Hawkins, Timothy Milton Hawkins Jr., Markiana Tamara Hayes, August Michael Healy, Vernil Kevin Henshaw Jr., Anthony Raul Hernandez, Brian Giovanni Hernandez, Evan Lorraine Hernandez, Odelais Hernandez, Peter William Hilton III, Brian Andrew Himes, Hannah Herrera Hodge, Julia Lekana Hawk, Kalisha Boone Hopp, Robert Calvin Horton, Ivy James Haupt, Damon Mardine Howard, Deshaun Isaiah Huggy, Megan Rose Ide, Nicholas Alexander Ionodes Asher, Tyler Alexander Irigoyen. Joining Superintendent Tager and Principal Wallace, Flagler School Board member and Dr. Maria Barboza. Cassidy Rose Jackson, Sarah Elizabeth Jacquart, Asia Jasmine James, Eli Joseph Jandura, Anthony Janaconde, Natalie Sophia Jelsic, DeMarcus Deshawn Johnson, Kiana Lachey Johnson, Evian Kalia Jones, Amanda Carolyn Renee Jones, Andrew Jr. Jones II, Katie Marie Jones, Jasmarius Thomas Ali Jones, Case Jamal Jones, Kendall Jordan, Maisie Hudson, Anne Lori Catherine Joseph, Curleen Joseph, Samantha Rose Cassan, Michaela Angel Casveloso, Suzanne Natalia Kaufman, Braden Charles Kiefer, Hunter David Kelly, Alexander Edwin Kilpatrick, Mariah Grace Kennard, Casey Joy King, Julian Emmanuel Kladov, Charles Wayne Nurk Jr., Lauren Nicole Kohler, Ekaterina Angel Kozina, Gabrielle Marie Krein, Bo Kroitoff, Angelina Joanna Kusek, Jacqueline Valerie Federis, Taylor Michael Kwasneski, Gianna Rose Labarbera, Michael Vincent Lagana, Sheaves Persad Lalu, Jada Ashley Lamana, Darby Paige Lampert, Brielle Nicole Landry, Lauren Catherine Lang, Carly Nicole Laundry, Caitlin Ashley Laura, Kaylee Lynn Larimore, Samantha Christina Loria, Mia Brian Lee, Charles Taylor Leonard, Alexander Jr. Lasassier, Rebecca May Lacauzi, Ella Rose Linden Cox, Alexandra Aaliyah Loggins, Alvin Autumn Long, Nicole Wilman Lopes, Robert John Lopes, William Lopez, Elizabeth Lakashevitz, Jevelis Luna, Ashley Kelly Liu, Nicholas Francis Maselli, Wesley Drew Magnell, Sarah Rebecca Main, Georgia Manzaroli, Heather Renee Marino, Gianna Nicole Martinez Frias, Austin Zane Massey, Blaine Lucas Morey Newell, Alyssa Chastity Maya, Jolie Therese Maza, Desiree Rose McIntosh, Joshua Lee McBride, Jr., James Robert McCall, Jr., Denicia Anke McCaskill, Caitlin Teresa McClellan, Javon Namur McClendon, DeAndre Mackenzie Dene McCormick, Timothy Robert McHugh, Jr., Tiffany Renee McDowell, Mara Grace McHugh, Faith Deanna McKinney, Heather Erica McLaughlin, Mackenzie Maya McMullen, Megan Marsala McVeigh, Sebastian Anthony Mindel, Glory Annie Mejia Cruz, Brianna Danielle Nelson, Sarah Ann Metzger, David Wayne McCulka Jr., Jacob Destin Miley, Jocelyn Jonkayla Miley, Rosemary Minyata Hernandez, Abigail Grace Minor, Tatiana Sarah Marie Mirabales, Kyle Richard Mako, Juan Sebastian Monroy Sains, Andrew Narciso Montijo, Kaylee Michelle Moore, Matthew William Moore, Medalkis Morales, Gwyneth Elizabeth Moran, Luis Alberto Morfine, Taylor Jin Morgante, Brianna Christine Mosley, James Paul Murnakai, Catherine Ann Mundo, Selena Elizabeth Munoz, Marissa Ariel Murphy, Sarah Margaret Murphy, Shayna Teresa Murphy, Jasmine Alexa Meyer, Richard James Nangano, Andrew Joseph Nardi, and Casey Chantel Neal, Aaron Brian Nahus, Brianna Colette Nelson, Alyssa Raquel Nesbitt, Kelvin Huynh, Sahim Zachary Nina, Grayson Elizabeth Norman, Gabrielle Celeste Newsoth. Joining Superintendent Tager and Principal Wallace, Flagler School Board member Andy Dance, Madison Nicole Nutter, Emily Rianne O'Grady, Dylan Casey Olteen, Grace Catherine O'Reilly, Emily Ann Orozco, Trenton Glenn Orr, Christian Prestes Oren, Leilani Marie Ortega, Nia Angel Anais Ortiz, Cheyenne Ashlyn Osborne, Jocelyn Amira Pava, Jaron Lee Paley, Sierra Rose Paris, Peyton Ty Pera, William John Patton III, Dwayne Malachi Patterson Jr., Marlene Paul, Nelson Paul, Andrew Scott Pierce, Baron Kevin Pedro, Kyle Ryan Peets, Megan Dawn Pelly, Stephanie Diana Pepe, Jonathan Perez, Sylvia Victoria Perrington, Tyler Stephen Perry, Taylor Madison Perry. Jayla Mackenzie Perrin Gross. Faith Angel Morgan Peters. Phuoc Tan Pham. China Lachelle Phillips. Samantha Angelina Picano. Mariana Jean Piepenberg. Michael John Pierre. Meredith Ann Pinard. Joseph James Pizzuto. Nathan Christopher Pluscota. Matthew Massage Pokorny. Megan Renee Pollock. Yaritza Angelina Ponce. Mark Ellsworth Poole II. Gabriel Lee Posadas II. Michael Posanti. Cody Lee Price. Javon Deshay Price. Daniel Tinau Pruorn. Emily Lauren Puentes. Noah Joseph Pulaski. Cameron Allen Punsky. Annalyn Rose Piles. River Lee Quinn. Hannah Marie Quinones. Maya Elise Quinones. Stephanie Marie Quinones. Santiago Quintero. Ethan Taylor Rabenstein. Amy Renee Raleigh. Jerian Chavez Ramos. Stephen Ramos Irizarry. Austin James Raymond. Logan Joseph Raymond. Daniel Martins Duarte Rice. Julia Starr Reiter. Margarita Sergeyevna Retinskaya. Dacia Elizabeth Reeves. Madison Lee Rivas. Francesca Dominica Maria Rice. Will Neil Rios Cos. Jalen Rivas. Marco Nicholas Rivera. John Frank Rizzuto Jr. Brandon John Roberts. Breeza Rashanique Robinson. Erica Michelle Robinson. Abigail Robles. Diego Derice Rodrigo. David Brandon Rodriguez. Javier Zindine Rodriguez Hoya. Kylie Elise Rogers. Allison Page Romagnoli. Nicholas Stephen Roman. Evameline Romulus. Anaya Sidney Roots. Chandler William Rosamunda. Brianna Rao. Jack Benjamin Rowland. Anthony Christopher Royce. Zelina Aliyah Rupert. Catherine Brianne Rucker. Isaac Wade Russell. Giovanni St. Fort. Corrine St. Louis. Levi Thomas Salyards. John Sanchez Colon. Arizella Brianna Sanders. Giovanni Miguel Santana. Juliana Marie Savone. Daniela Covington Spordone. Brandon Taylor Schwartz. Mackenzie Lane Schwen. Annalise Margaret Scolio. Joseph Robert Scognamligo. Logan Mitchell Sebag. Johnny Jawan Sitaram, Lanaki Louisa Selman, Rachel Marjorie Seminara, Reiko Serato, Camry Dontre Shavers, Tien Candaria Shavers, Brianna Mariah Sheffield, Madison Emma Shields, Dennis Shorter III, Amber Lynn Schutte, Nicholas Edward Seedling, Angelica Marie Silva, Kevin Floyd Silva, Paloma Silva Ramos, Luis Antonio Simayo Jr., Dalton Taylor Simmons, Leah Sanae Simpson, Sydney Ashley Sims, Delia Elizabeth Singh, Alexander Alfred Skripek, Destiny Takira Small, joining Superintendent Tager and Principal Wallace, School Board Member Trevor Tucker, Ashley Dawn Smith, Caroline Goodwin Smith, Charles Cornelius Smith IV, Elizabeth Marie Smith, Harley Stevens Smith, Kaylee Cheyenne Smith, Lauren Olivia Ann Smith, Ramona Rose Smith, Elana Satara Sobhani, Igor Olegovich Sokolov, Mackenzie Sorrentino, Victor Manuel Soto III, Caitlin Alyssa Sauder, Sarah Sophia Sowell, Rachel Aurora Spaniel, Logan Ray Stafford, Brady Owens Stens, Trenton Trevon Stewart, Kaylin Marie Stocks, Cameron Joseph Stone, Dania Shian Stone, Danielle Maria Stoughton, Erica Chanel Stubbs, Laura Stumbre, Kristen Taylor Sturdivant, Daniel Michael Suchecki, Isabel Supinski, Emily Rose Swale, Brianna Ashley Hope Swan, Saxon Bay Swantick, Ryan Alexander Sabo, Tara Nicole Talixson, Mackenzie Rochelle Tower, Parker Evans Tower, Jacqueline Florence Taylor, Tanner Owen Taylor, Zidrick Marapao Tayong, Nicole Tiffany Tiexera, Destiny Lynn Tellier, Kayla Samantha Tennant, Kay Tagelo Terranova, Daryl Dean Thomas Jr., Avery Christian Throne, Samuel Johnson Tilton IV, Jaquise Cranez Toole, Tyler Ramon Torres, Jazion Nicholas Toombs, Marianne Mackenzie Trekkie, Brianna Angelique Turner, Jonathan Kevin Tyler, Hannah Rose Till, Brock Bradley Underberg, Avery Ascension Urastogi, Savannah Marie Valentine, Ellis Xavier Valadares, Christian Isaiah Vasquez, Alexis Rose Vegarano, Daniela Villa Korostov, Michael Angelo Venero II, Cassandra Rose Ventura, Michael Louise Venturella, Nathan Devin Vuong, William Russell Wade Jr., Kaylee Jade Wagner, Jania Sonique Amber Walker, Rachel Michelle Walker, Tyreek Joseph Walker, Hannah Renee Walzer, Allie Jane Walters, Damagia George Warren, Joel William Warshall, Angela Vaskevitz, Henry Edward Watson III, Karina Elizabeth Weber, Alexander Joseph Welch, Zoe Brianna Wellnitz, William Solomon Peter Westervelt, Caitlin Elizabeth Wheeler, Jamiah Tisaya White, Tara Marie White, D'Emiliano Luis Witters, Francis John Wilbur, Kadean Evans Wilds, LaShawn Antoine Wiley, is it Caden? Caden Evans Wiles, Jeremy Christopher Williams, Kenya Renee Williams, Daniel Scott Williams Jr., Tyler Kenji Wilsey, Harrison Chase Pierce Wilson, Jace Thomas Wilson, Cameron James Wilt, Matthew Patrick Winterheimer, Gabrielle Sarai Wong, Jocelyn Elizabeth Woodward, Ariel Marie Wright, Prosperity Naomi Ebun Wright, Kyung Hei Grace Yi, Sung Hwan Yi, Sarah Gabrielle Young, William Adam Young, Libby Elaine Yerk, Emily Zamor, Vladislav Zelegzlago, Danielle Marissa Zumwalt, Anissa Gwendolyn Zulinski,
Class of 2019, your high school career has been filled with extraordinary memories that will stay with you for a lifetime. The knowledge you have gained, the relationships you have forged, the emotional ups and downs that you have experienced have further defined you as young adults, ready to take on the open-armed opportunities that so eagerly await you. We have sadly experienced the recent tragedy that took from all of us a life too young, a life with promises to keep and goals to achieve. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. The next breath you take is a gift. Make every moment of every day an opportunity to inspire those around you in the most positive manner, to hug your loved ones just a little bit tighter, to make yourself an example of what others aspire to be. Show compassion, be selfless, celebrate today with the joy and elation that you all so richly deserve. But for at least one moment before you put your heads on your pillows tonight, appreciate that each day stands on its own. Know that at least today you made a difference in the world. Class of 2019, please rise. As superintendent for the Flagler County School District and on behalf of the faculty of Flagler Palm Coast High School, I accept the members of the graduating class as eligible to receive diplomas in recognition of their efforts and of having successfully completed all requirements of law and standards for high school graduation. Therefore, I bestow these diplomas onto each of you and congratulate you on this exceptional achievement. I would like now for Senior Class President, Ms. Beck, to step back and instruct the graduates. Ms. Beck.
Class of 2019. It is now time to move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.
You got it.
I'll wait till they all calm down.
Go ahead.
Okay. Please follow the SGA ambassadors in the recessional hall out and behind the stage where you will pick up your diplomas in the adjoining room. Parents, please meet your students at the front of the Ocean Center's A1A side. Good night. We are now graduates.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping,
Hey, yeah, B.I.O.
and everybody having a ball
Hey, hey, B.I.O.
until the fellas started name calling,
B.I.O.
and the girls respond to the call. I heard a woman shout out,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the young people had a ball cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. Gonna tell myself I man no get angry.
Hey, yeah, B.I.O.
Two Eddie girls calling them K9. Hey,
B.I.O.
but they tell me, hey man, it's part of the party.
B.I.O.
You put a woman in front and a man behind. I heard a woman shout out,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the young people had a ball cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel.
Well, if I am a dog, the party is on. I gotta get my groove on, my mind, I'm gone. Do you see the rays coming from my eye? Walking through the prison, Digimon is breaking them down. Me and my white talk, short, dealing, gassy color. Any caliber do, I think I knew that's why they call me Pitbull. Cause I'm the man of the land, with it to me, the